by Frankie Morelli. Puck coming the other way. Kingwell run into by Dravecky. Chidoroni's drive as he got loose down the left. Went high and up. Malhotra ended up down to the ice. Puck comes all the way back to White, who turns, save, rebound, scores! Thomas Vandenberg continuing his hot start to the season. 1-0 67's. At Norm, they score the first goal again.
7-7 for them now. 6th of the season for Thomas Vandenberg. Good offensive pressure applied by Ottawa, and the puck's going to come out front for Vandenberg. You're going to see at the end of the sequence. As the Bulldogs just not able to corral the bouncing puck. Good step in here by White, and then that puck comes right back out to Vandenberg.
Certainly.
Score your first OHL goal shorthanded with it between the legs.
And show no emotion while doing it. Benak over the line. Cuts high on the right side. Backdoor, O'Brien out front, Vanacker, tic-tac goal! Wow, the geometry on that play was outstanding. And Marek Vanacker is gonna bury his 6th of the season on the receiving end. The vision from Benak on that cross-seam pass.
Yeah, Benak keeps this play alive with some good possession here as well. And Vanacker just goes to the front of the goal, and he eventually receives the feed from Jake O'Brien. Here you see Benak, the good work by him. O'Brien right across, quick pass. Vanacker with the finish. We get a 1-1.
Kuhta blocked on the way through and almost landed for Vandenberg. Ruml, the Boskovice product in Czechia. Along the top for Kuhta, who plays it down. Vandenberg across the front of the net wouldn't land.
First penalty of the season for Engle.
Long drive, Kuhta, rocket, 2-1. And Foster and Jiricek were tied up in front of the net. Now, okay, so the goal was in before the penalties occurred. So Ottawa does get the 2-1 lead on Kuhta's bomb from the right circle. And I think we're going to be 4-on-4 following.
Yeah, it's going to be his 4th of the season. You can see 22 there on the off wing.
Along the top, O'Brien. He'll pause, walk on. Pulls up in the circle. Back again is Dravecky. Dravecky waits. O'Brien, backdoor. Malhotra brings it down, tried to shuttle it middle. Nice block by Nolan Jackson. Benak to the top, Dravecky. Low, Malhotra across. O'Brien scores! Oh, it's those cross-seam passes, and the captain shouts it. 2-2.
Well, how many times last year did we see Jake O'Brien, really over the last couple of 2 seasons on the power play, be the one orchestrating, but this time he gets to be the finisher. And O'Brien, the right-handed shot playing on the off wing, you see him get locked and loaded here, and he makes no mistake with this one. Tie the hockey game at 2, just 52 seconds. Athletic therapist there taking a look.
Bulldogs bench was a little incensed. There was no blood shown. So the Bulldogs now work cut out for them, and Cooper Foster is going to deposit early on the power play.
Yeah, just 11 seconds in. Second power play goal of the game for Ottawa, and they're going to have a fresh 2 minutes still remaining.
Bulldogs trailing for the 3rd time in the game. It'll be the 3rd point for Thomas Vandenberg.
Just good work here by Ottawa, and a nice little feed in tight by Vandenberg to Foster.
3 Bulldogs in the rush. Tsherna across the front, wanted Holmes, didn't land for him. Dravecky fresh off the bench. Loaded to Tsherna. Tsherna trying to spin his way loose, got it back to Dravecky. Handled off the edge of his reach, he'll fire. Blocked on the way through, second chance, scores! Dylan Tsherna! He's got a nose for the net. And Tsherna will bang in his first of the season. It's where he does his best work, Norm. Tops of the circles and down. And Dylan Tsherna is a nightmare to have to defend.
He got that whole sequence started. Some good work along the far boards. He kept that play alive. Hit Dravecky coming in off the change. There's the end of that play right there. And he goes right to the front of the net. Bangs this rebound in. Good shift by Dylan Tsherna.
And looks pretty at home there as Holmes forward. Tried to drop that off the bolt and just didn't have the connection.
Lucas Moore blew a tire.
Lost the footing, 2-on-1. Houben's got Krawchuk and he'll score. And Ottawa pulls ahead again, Zach Houben.
Well, zone entry there for Brantford, where maybe that puck needed to get in behind the defense. They turn it over, and then just a misfortune. Lucas Moore loses his footing, a 3-on-1 the other way, and Krawchuk does not make any mistake in burying that shot to restore the Ottawa lead again. There you see that puck gets turned over, and Moore stumbled there, number 4. And Krawchuk makes no mistake from that distance.
Right at Malhotra, lays it along to Dravecky. Dravecky high, moving middle. Off to the right side is Benak. Low to Marek Vanacker. Across the front, tied up in the crease. Loose puck, Benak. He'll be the man to find it, but had to take it around the back.
One of the 67's players.
Vanacker, they capitalize on it. Jacob Bryant finds it backside. It's 4-4. Vanacker, another bullet for his 7th of the season.
Jack Dever had the broken stick, and the Bulldogs capitalized. They had the 5 on 3.5. And Marek Vanacker is second of the afternoon. Counter punch here at the TD Civic Center. You see that broken stick laying in the middle of the ice, and Vanacker there, right on the doorstep to capitalize.
O'Donnell down the right. Spins it into the corner. McCue tied up, but let the puck run. O'Donnell working against Eshkawkogan. Moore held it down. O'Donnell caught it off the wall. Out front, McCue slams it home. It had to go. And Sam McCue finds the back of the net to give the Bulldogs their first lead of the game on his 2nd of the year.
Real good work along the boards by Aidan O'Donnell. As you said, Reed, Bulldogs mixing and matching the lines here a little bit. And they find some magic here with O'Donnell, Gallagher, and McCue. There you see 22 O'Donnell fighting for that puck. He keeps it alive. He eventually comes out of the corner, and his puck's going to find its way to Sam McCue, who slammed.
Cooper Dennis slides to the puck, tried to get out of the way of the Morelli hit.
I think he was fairly successful.
Yep. Lucas Moore off the wall. Eshkawkogan intercepted by Gallagher. Eshkawkogan again to the slot. Kingwell scores. We're tied again. Sean Kingwell just came open right through the middle of the ice, and it's 5-5. That was a dart.
Yeah, Bulldogs had 3 forwards. I think you're going to see on the replay here who got caught up high in the defensive zone. Yep, all 3 players eliminated by this pass, and Kingwell's wide open in behind. Maybe a bit of a blown defensive coverage there.
Tries it, save, rebound, jammed out by O'Brien. Where's the puck? It's at the side of the net. O'Brien trying to keep his feet as he gets it back to the blue line at Engle. Over to Vladimir Dravecky. Back out high to O'Brien, filling the space. O'Brien walks along, drops it off to Dravecky for space. His drive wide. O'Brien scores! The captain gives us back the lead. Jake O'Brien just would not give up on that play. He was all over the offensive zone. His 4th point of the game, his 4th goal of the year, and Norm at 6-5 in a game that just continues to be crazier and crazier.
Ryder Fedorov from the Pittsburgh area, and I'm fairly certain he's never played in this building. He gets victimized a little bit there by the hometown bounce.
Stationed as a defenseman. Protz.
There he goes.
They did it without possession. Vanacker up to Benak. Benak not able to twist that out of the zone. Protz will take it back though. Protz around back of his own net. He'll lob it high. Benak's up ahead of the play. Benak knocks it down. He's got Vanacker for the empty net. Scores! Marek Vanacker. Toss him if you got him. The hat trick for the Delhi, Ontario.
This all starts with Owen Protz winning possession of the puck. He's going to come around the net and eventually the Bulldogs get this puck forward. Yeah, there's a little flip by Protz. Benak controls, and And then waits until Marek Vanacker, who takes a couple of steamboats and buries that into the empty net for the hat trick. 1:52 to go, though, still in a 7-5.
He'll swing back and twist to the front. Double deflection came off of Dravecky. Foster low around the back of the net. Little slide past. That was Chitteroni after it. Now Gunn back towards the line again. Cut off by Kuhta. Vanacker along to Benak. He'll pull up. And there's Jake O'Brien into the empty net. If there's any left, toss him again. 2 hat tricks for the Brantford Bulldogs as Jake O'Brien completes his.
And that is an 8-point weekend for Jake O'Brien. Not counting Thursday. Just in the last 2 games here at TD Civic Center. And the Bulldogs with 1:17 to go are up 8-5, and that's going to put Fedorov back in goal.